Hey everyone, so welcome to another video with Triathlon44 here. Hope you're keeping well and safe and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be talking about the trade market, something I've been promising to do for a very, very long time. Now before I do that, of course, I just want to remind you guys that I am going to give away the Striker Sky Blue Interstellar at 250 subscribers. I'm about 11 or 10 away last time I checked, so really close. Pretty much as long as you're subscribed, you leave likes on the video, then pretty much then what you'll do is you'll be entered, and of course one of you will be picked out to have this completely and utterly free, and then you can just sort of design your car around it, which you can sort of see in the background, or you can sell it or do whatever you want. So you got lots and lots of options, and I do lots of other giveaways. I'm planning for lots of giveaways this season, just mixture of lots of different stuff. So make sure you subscribe. I do lots of content. I try and keep it interesting, do lots of different things, so it's not just always gameplay, although you will see some gameplay in the background. I do try and cover lots of different topics because Rocket League is a very interesting game. It's very diverse, lots and lots of stuff to talk about. But that said, with this one, it is to talk about the trade market. Now, this one has been something I've delayed a little bit for quite some time, probably because the trade market keeps on changing, and it's a really, really hard one to kind of keep track of. So bear with me on it, because I don't think this is the only video that I could make and honestly cover all of the topics. However, I do want to cover some really key points. Now, one of the big ones is profit possible to be made? I think that's probably the question that everyone's asking, given the state and the drop in prices on a lot of items, the unexpected sort of decline in certain sort of aspects, and profit is a hard one. I mean, as you can see in the background, I'm buying an orange standard with the new trade system, as great as it is, for 130 credits. Now, I'm buying this from my friend who didn't buy the sort of Athena pack because he had already the titanium white dueling dragons, so I picked this up for him as a kind of like a little gift, just to sort of say there you go, because I couldn't trade the one that I had. I then also went and bought a purple Dominus. Now, again, as you can sort of see, I mean, I paid 3,000 credits for a purple Dominus. That is pretty cheap. I mean, let's face it, when considering the crazy prices that they were at, this is really, really low in comparison. Now, a big question is okay, is the market going to kind of sort itself out? Is it going to get better? I think we can sort of safely say by now that probably it's not going to be ever how it was. The new trade system is really good. It cuts out scammers, so that is going to be a great thing. However, I don't think that we can sort of like assume that the prices that we're going to be asking are ever going to be as they were before. But there is definitely opportunities to make profit. But I think it is a case with the trading is to be very careful with what you're buying, looking for those bargains, just being really, really, really extra cautious, and not buying anything that you can't afford those extra credits, where you know that if you do lose out, then you're not going to be able to survive. Because trust me, I've bought definitely a few things that I thought that I'm definitely going to make some really good profit on. I've held on items and I've actually lost. A great example was the Primos inverted wheels. Did I think that they were going to come into a blueprint, and did I think that they were going to suddenly decline in price massively? I lost a lot of credits for that. Now, maybe that is a learning curve. Unfortunately, did not expect it and did not know that that's what Psyonix/Epic Games were going to do. And yeah, unfortunately, but I'm very lucky in that I could afford the credits, and it was a lesson learned. I hope that obviously that some of you did not lose too much, because I bought about 8 of them and I still have them, and I could sell them for about 350 each, which is terrible. Let's be honest, that's absolutely terrible considering the kind of prices that I paid. Now, when it comes to the trade market, one big question is, as I've said, is can profit be made? And the answer is yes, but very cautious in what you're buying. You've really, really got to be so spot on. If you're looking to make profit on black markets, I would be very, very aware of those black markets and be very careful about what it is that you're buying. Painted versions, ones like, if you can pick up like a cheap titanium white mainframe possibly, or, kind of those kind of things, yeah, you're very likely to make that little bit extra. But, basically, on the smaller black markets, as much as I've tried as well, like Party Time and all those sort of like ones that are really cool, but they've just declined so massively in price, yeah, you're really going to struggle, because again, there's just such a flooding in the market at the moment, because let's face it, everyone has just got them, loads of trade ups being done, loads of other stuff, and it's a pain in the neck. However, I did pick up a Burnt Sienna Octane actually the other day for 100 credits. Now, again, you'd say, well, would you make profit on that? Possibly. Now, it's not one I'm actually really necessarily thinking of selling, but I picked it up for 100, and to be honest, I could probably sell that for, a good maybe 200, 250 if I wanted. So there's little profits that you can make. If you're looking for the big profits, they are harder unless you can maybe, put money into the game, buy things off eBay, just see a good deal. If you've got credits to kind of spend in that way, maybe you've got a chance. But when it comes to sort of just trading items, which I think is where it's more difficult, it's really, really hard to gain those credits because no one wants to really, spend them. And that is why that everyone's selling these things so cheap. I mean, that Purple Dominus, for example, is a great sort of demonstration. There's no way in a million years that anyone would want to sell that for 3,000 under normal circumstances, but they would rather have, 3,000 credits and sell a card that they're not using than actually just try and trade up items. I mean, he might have actually traded up items as well, but however, when you're offering credits, you're going to have a better sort of like scope to kind of get the best deal. And that's what I did. He said, yeah, 3,000 credits, I'll do it for that. I could have pushed him a bit lower maybe, but, I mean, obviously that is up to you. Now, with regards to the market as it stands, I mean, it's been such a weird one. I mean, obviously we've had the Athena bundle in recently. Now, that, I think, has really shaken things up. And that's probably why I picked up, a Burnt Sienna Octane for 100 credits. Burnt Sienna, not a great colour. I know it's not very popular with people. However, 100 credits is still extremely cheap. Why? Because people are absolutely petrified. At the moment, people are really scared. They think that there's going to be an Octane in the shop. The Titanium White might come in, which is why a lot of people started selling. Sky Blue's dropped in price. The Crimson's declined. And all platforms except for probably Switch, because I think it's still a newer one at the moment. So obviously, with that, you kind of do expect it to be a little higher, but it does depend on what platform. PC and PS4 definitely, Xbox kind of similar. I think Switch is the only one that's a little bit kind of different because it's a newer console and those things aren't as saturated and as flooded at the moment. But in regards to actually the items though, I mean, everyone's getting a bit worried. I mean, obviously you had the Orange Standard, you've got the Shisa decal. A lot of things did drop in price because of the Athena bundle, and let's be honest, it's not going to be the only one. There's no way that there's not going to be a various kind of like ones that are coming from other different YouTubers and people that are very popular, and this is going to be the worry because unfortunately, what else are they going to bring? I mean, are we going to get a Titanium White Octane? The Fennec's been killed massively. I mean, the Titanium White Fennec used to be worth quite a fortune. I mean, at one point it was worth 15,000. Now, I've seen a Striker one, Titanium White, for about 2,000. That is scary. 2,000 credits for a Striker Titanium White because no one wants it. No one wants it. They're definitely, everyone's got it. They bought it for 800. Yeah, a Striker one's nice, but not everyone wants to spend 2,300 credits that they don't have. So it's been a very, very big change in regards to the market, the way it's been. Now, why I'm sort of making this video, I mean, again, I just want to kind of like really highlight that, Season 4 has brought in a lot of changes, which I'll be talking about. I mean, some changes I like and some I don't. I think, other YouTubers have kind of talked about it as well. And I don't think that I'm ever going to be the only one to sort of speak about it. But, I think that Epic Games, it feels like, are really, really trying to just go for the money, make the profit, and kind of like look at killing the trading as best as they can. Now, they obviously don't want to kill it off so it's completely stone dead, because that does kill, an aspect of a game that's been here for a very long time. However, they want to control it more. And this is why they're sort of like doing it the way they are. I mean, they want to make money. I mean, if people can spend money on credits, the less credits, the less items, the less stuff, if people are spending in the shop, then the credit number is going to go down. I think this is where it's at. So basically what's happening is that, of course, in the end, there's going to be less people with credits available without having to go and purchase some, which means more money for Epic and, of course, Psyonix. And this seems to be the way that they've been going down. I have said that in past videos. It's not any different in that regard. But however, definitely something that I think is the way that they're doing it. Now, in terms of those who are interested in making profit, like I said, I would just continue to look for the smaller items. Nothing too crazy. I wouldn't really go for many black markets. Maybe stick to like wheels or decals or things that are very popular, and just kind of keep it simple. If you can make a 200-300 credit profit, you're going to do a lot better. I mean, I've got a Lime Standard, for example, for 100 credits, which I could sell if I wanted to for sort of 200, 250. Now, things like that, you know, it's not the biggest profit, but it is profit nevertheless if you can take the time to do it, or if you can get people in game doing the trades that maybe aren't as aware of the values, you might be able to get just a little extra without actually blatantly ripping them off. So it's something to just bear in mind. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of other trading videos. This isn't the only one. This is just the first that I kind of wanted to talk about. Unfortunately, even in 11 minutes, there's just so much to cover. It's really, really hard to cover every single thing that you want to say. So, yeah, I mean, let me know in the comments below, you know, have you still managed to make any good trades, any profit? You know, are you doing anything particular? I mean, I'd love to kind of hear what you're doing, because, you know, I know that there were people out there that really are killing it, like with the new items, with vampire bats when they came out. There were a few things that people were absolutely storming it, and it really, really did make a bit of a difference. But that is it mainly for this particular video. So I hope you enjoyed it and found it sort of informative and kind of different and all that stuff. If you did, then just drop us a like on the video. I mean, that's all you need to do. It takes 2 seconds, and it kind of does help out the video's algorithm. If you do want to subscribe, enter into the giveaways and all that stuff, then that would be awesome. But that is, of course, entirely your option. And if you like the content, then absolutely amazing. And any other suggestions, anything else you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. But that is it for tonight's video. Thank you very much for if you watched the whole way through. I really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next video, of course, my friends. So until then, you take care and have a great rest of the day, evening or night, whatever you're doing. All the best. Bye-bye.